Hello everyone, on today's show, let's recap what happened during yesterday's big Machinima React event, and now that it's over, let's plan for all the special anniversary events that are going to take place over the month of August. All this and more on today's Level 1 podcast. Good morning. How's everyone doing this lovely Sunday? Today is the 30th of July, 2023. We're almost done with July, if you can believe it. What a summer it's been so far. And we got some special stuff coming to celebrate my 15-year anniversary as a content creator. Welcome to the show, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I know that many of you are likely just starting to watch some of the content that I put out yesterday over on my sister channel, DSP Reacts. I don't blame you. It was a long day of reacting. A ton of stuff was covered. You know, various different topics, although they all involved machinima. There were definitely different aspects to everything that I did yesterday. And if you were there live, thanks. There was a great audience of people there all day long enjoying and interacting. But at the same time, I know there's going to be a significant amount of people watching all of that content over the course of the week on demand. And the videos are going to be going live, you know, one a day. So many of you have not even begun to watch the entirety of all that content. And I hope you enjoy it. I like having variety for my React channel. Because as you know, usually in a given week, the only things I put up over there are my DSP versus the Internet clip show, which we're actually doing today. Or every once in a while, I'll throw out like a game review. Every once in a while, I'll do like a tier maker. Well, now you're going to have tons of content this week over the course of the week, and I'll talk about that in just a sec. But now that the Machinima event's over, which was the big thing for July that I wanted to get to, now we can work on all of these special anniversary event stuff for August. And I'm pumped because August is my 15-year anniversary as a content creator. Technically, it's September, but we're doing it in August because September there's going to be so many new releases this year that I want to focus on the new releases. And so there's going to be two special events coming up in August. There's going to be one day where half of the day we do a Project 7 React event, reminiscing about the series, talking about how things were over 11 years ago when I was working on the series with my friends. Adding context now that we now have a lot more added context being so many years later, knowing how things were back then on YouTube and how different they are today. Seeing how, you know, from behind the scenes, how the development of that show worked, because now we know from both my perspective and the perspective of my former friends what was really going on after having watched a different kind of video from last year. But I think that's going to be very exciting, very interesting. But in addition, we're going to do a tier maker where I'm going to rank all of the games that I previously said were Game of the Year or runner-up. So we're talking like 20 plus games from the last decade. Do they hold up today? Are they games that maybe at the time that they came out were very popular, but really they're not very interesting anymore? Did they not stand the test of time? So we're going to do a fun tier maker as well. All of that will take place on one day. Like the first stream of the day will be the Project 7 event. The second half of the day will be the tier maker. Then at the end of August, I'm actually planning to do a very special retrospective marathon event. And actually this morning, we're going to set up your ability, whether you're a member or if you're not a member, to nominate your favorite moments over the course of my 15-year history as a creator here on YouTube for us to watch back together and me to do a live react to all day long. It's actually going to be a retrospective marathon, the likes of which I haven't done in years, and we're going to do it as a special anniversary, okay? So that's really cool. I'm excited for all this extra stuff going on in, August. In addition to some of the throwback playthroughs, we've already begun the GTA 5 anniversary run. That'll be progressing over the course of August. I'm sure there's going to be more throwback stuff. Like, I definitely want to play a couple classic games if possible on late streams. And I'm sure more people will be throwing nominations into the ring for games for me to play over August, because there's really nothing new to speak of. We could easily go back to Elden Ring. We could do other things. We'll see what people want over the course of August, all right? So, I'm very excited. I hope that you guys are excited as well. Yeah, it's good stuff coming up here on the channel, all right? So, I guess to start today, let's recap everything that went down yesterday so that you know what you're looking at over the course of the week. And then what we will do is talk about the future. We'll plan out the schedule for the week, and then we'll talk about the anniversary event. And I even want to start setting up your ability to nominate your favorite moments for that retrospective marathon today, okay? Cool. So how'd it go? I'll tell you how it went, all right? Pretty good. I would say overall, yesterday was a great day. We did a podcast here, which was fun, and then we switched over to DSP Reacts all day long. Now, admittedly, some people gave me some feedback and said, well, Phil, yesterday, it didn't feel like the party atmosphere of your last couple of marathons. And, I mean, quite frankly, that's correct. If you look at my last couple of marathons, the last one that I did at the beginning of August was the Digital Summer Party. It was the first time I wore a shirt like this. I was drinking. We were having fun. And it was a laid-back event. It wasn't anything, super specific. It wasn't anything too important. It was just kind of messing around, having a good time. The one before that was the Fightin' Feast. That was an event where it was Street Fighter related, right? I did some Street Fighter stuff, tier makers and the like. And we had a good time with that as well. But again, that was like a party-like atmosphere. This was a long-form React event. This was not a party marathon like I'd done previously. And because of that, the vibe of the event was always going to be very different. I think some people misunderstood and thought that, every marathon I do is going to be exactly the same. That's very much not the case. Previously, the last long-form event that I had done was May 1st, and that was the Internet Historian event. And then before that, I had actually done some long-form reacts to the documentary on Wings of Redemption, the documentary on Pro Jared, and of course, last year, I did a lot of long-form reacts for different various documentaries, right? So, this is something a little different. It definitely was not, I think, what a lot of people were expecting, although I kind of explained all month long what it was going to be. I guess some people, I don't know, they get misconceptions, right? But for what it was, basically, it was exactly what I was expecting it to be, and I actually finished everything in the time frame that I exactly had laid out for it. I was pretty pleased with how it went, actually. So, how did it go and what did we do? Well, basically, there were two halves to the event, and then there was a couple kind of special, like, little in-between things to break it up. The first half of the event was me reacting to the June the King documentary, which was called, I think it was the greatest failure in YouTube history, the story of Machinima. Machinima being one of the most successful, well-known, well-regarded, well-respected partnership networks, or MCNs, multi-channel networks, on YouTube at one time, and basically how they ran their company into the ground through insanely poor management. I didn't know the story of how they failed. I knew the story of kind of how they came to be, but I knew nothing of what they were doing wrong, company-wise, that they failed. It was so weird because I was a partner of theirs for 6 years, and over that 6 years, you never would hear stories that they're in trouble or anything like that. So it was fascinating to watch this documentary and react to it and to add my perspective because, again, being a YouTuber and 6-year content creator or 6-year partner of theirs, I was able to add a lot of interesting perspective and everything. It's hilarious to the idiots who say, he paused 20 times, he paused 30 times. Yes, that's what you do when you're reacting to something and you add actual, like, meaningful commentary or criticism or supplemental information. You pause the video to talk. You don't talk over the video, therefore skipping entire parts of the video like a moron. I love people who like to count the pauses because it just shows how dumb they are, okay? So anyway, that took about 2 hours to get through. The video was about 45 minutes long. It took about 2 hours to get through. And it was really fun. It was a good time. It went better than expected because I didn't know how interesting the documentary was going to be. But it was very good because I learned a ton. Like, I got the answers that I was looking for over the years of what Machinima was doing. Why was Machinima making all of these TV-style series and things when they were a freaking YouTube partner network? Got every answer that I wanted, all right, which is really cool. I was very happy about that. I was like, yes, that's excellent, okay? So, yeah, that was a good time. Then, we had a little bit of extra time before my food arrived. So we did a Q&A session of about 15 minutes. It was pretty nice just to answer some questions from the viewers. And then the food arrived. And without spoiling the meal, basically I ordered from a company called Panera Bread. For those who don't know, this is an American chain of food. They bake a lot of stuff, but they do sandwiches, they do soups, they do pasta, salads, all kinds of stuff. And I ordered a combo meal from them. And all I'm going to say is it was one of the most disappointing times that I ever had on a Feasting with Phil episode. It was incredibly disappointing. And yes, I recorded it. Yes, that's going live later this week. I'll give you the schedule of videos in just a second. So we had our live meal together. Then after that, I basically did my portion, personal portion of the marathon, which was called The Dark Side of Machinima. What it was me relaying all of my experiences that I had with Machinima over the years through a series of emails and stories. So 3 hours, I went through my entire history with Machinima, starting all the way back in 2009 when I had my first interaction with them. That was not a very good interaction. It actually was very, very deceptive, very bad. They weren't very honest with me about stuff and made me very apprehensive about working with that company. Then, basically, we went into all the times, having the partnership with them, the initial almost like honeymoon period with them where everything was great and they were paying me insane amounts of money. Then the entire shit show that was my E3 trip, absolutely hilarious. Man, was a mess of telling you all the stories and showing you all the correspondence I had there. And then essentially all the years where things started to kind of go bad. For example, when they got wind of This Is How You Don't Play and they decided to start copyright striking videos, then realizing that wasn't the right way to do it. So then they started claiming videos. Never was I ever consulted or on this or anything, nor do I think I ever made a dime on it. I think Machinima did all of it just to make money themselves. They saw like a profit there to do it. I don't know. And then there was the whole copyright strike debacle. There was the whole incident where they wanted to actually get lawyers involved to take down videos, and I told them not to do it. I don't know why they wanted to do that. My falling out with Machinima and the termination of my contracts with them and all of that jazz. So a lot of stuff was covered. 3 hours, all right? If you were ever interested in learning the ins and outs of how a partner network worked with a top partner, or just my story in general from back in the day of how things were working with Machinima, it was fascinating. So for those that were there, thanks. There was actually a pretty decent live audience for the entirety of the event, and they seemed to have a good time, although it was a lot of data absorption. This was not a party atmosphere live event with a lot of interaction. It was more, hey, I'm telling these stories, and people are definitely kind of fascinated, right, in it. Now, I'm just going to say this, all right? I'm just going to say this once, and this is the one time I'm ever going to say it. I'm moving on. Yes, my haters and detractors, of course, are absolutely grasping at straws, looking for like, oh, Phil made a big mistake yesterday. Let's expose him. No mistakes were made whatsoever. Everything that I showed in my event yesterday was public knowledge already on the internet. There was no doxing. There was no, I didn't expose someone's private email address or social media account or phone number or anything like that. Everything that was in that event was 100% public knowledge. I made sure. I crossed my T's. I dotted my I's. I even deleted a bunch of stuff that I wanted to show you because it did have private information in it. So everything there is fine. Don't worry. Absolutely nothing like that happened whatsoever. But they're idiotically saying it did when it didn't. Literally everything in that video is public knowledge. When I say that video, that stream. And as you'll see as the videos go live over the course of the week coming up, all of it was public. Because someone worked at a company, right? Doesn't mean because I showed their company email address. That's not doxing, you fucking idiots. Just because someone's last name is there doesn't mean their last name was never on the internet before, you fucking morons. You guys are so stupid. So I'm just not entertaining any nonsense. I'm ignoring it. I just wanted to say it right here and get out of the way. Done. There was none of that at all. Trust me, I really went out of my way to make sure that nothing like that happened, and it didn't. Okay? Now, moving on. After that, basically we had kind of like the end of the show and everything. But it was a great show. Now, here's the thing. I didn't want to upload all of that content to the DSP Reacts channel right away. If I did, that would have been an insane flooding of the channel with all these videos. So here's how I went about it. First of all, yesterday, my podcast and my daily wrap went live here, but that was it. No gameplay whatsoever here yesterday. It was just those 2 videos, okay? Over on DSP Reacts, I uploaded the introduction, which is basically 15 minutes of me explaining the premise of the event and all of that, and the 2-part React series where I reacted to the June the King documentary, The Greatest Failure in YouTube History. So that all went live over there yesterday. Okay? Starting today, once a day, you're going to see a new video, release on DSP Reacts of this event. So today it's part 1 of the Dark Side of Machinima. Tomorrow it'll be part 2 of the Dark Side of Machinima. The next day it'll be part 3. And then I believe on day 4, which is like Wednesday-ish, I think, it's going to be 2 videos. It's going to be that special Q&A vlog that I did with my audience, like 15 minutes of Q&A. And then it's going to be the Feasting with Phil video. So, literally every day, there will be new content released on DSP Reacts slowly over the course of the week. It should be great. I hope that you guys will enjoy the content. It should be a good time. Okay? Now, there's also other content going live because today we're doing my Clips React show. So basically, you're going to have 2 series coinciding at once. You're going to have a new clip show video once a day and a new episode of the Machinima story kind of going hand in hand. So this will be a big, busy week if you're a member or a subscriber over on DSP Reacts. There's a lot of content to watch over there. However, if you are a channel member, all right, channel members access everything right away. So if you're a channel member, the entire archived stream is available right now over there, and you can watch it in its entirety without interruption or any, you don't have to wait. Basically, you get to see it right now, okay? It's one of the big advantages of being a channel member over on my React channel. I mean, how cool is it that you get to see the stuff right away? You don't have to wait for those episodes to go live over the course of the week, correct? So, yeah, it should be pretty fun. I hope you guys will check out the content over the course of the week. And thank you in advance to anyone who watches the videos. Please give engagement. What I mean by that is I asked a lot during the event for sure. Please give me feedback. Let me know what you think of this event. Did you like it? Did you not? What were your feelings on Machinima as a whole? Did you ever have dealings with them? Were you a partner with them? Were you someone who wanted to be with them but you decided not to be? How do you think about how I approached this event? Did you enjoy this kind of long-form React event? I want all kinds of feedback. So please leave comments on those videos over the course of the week. Let me know what you think. I would really, really appreciate that. Okay? Okay. All right. Now, ooh, my neck. Cool. So, that's now done, which means now we can focus on the future. All right? So, let's talk about the future. Let's talk about today. Let's talk about what's going on for the rest of this week. And then let's talk about these anniversary things that I'm planning, because I absolutely would like to plan some really cool stuff coming up for this month to celebrate my 15-year anniversary. Okay? So, today is React Day. Wait, what? But Phil, you just did a whole React Day yesterday. You're absolutely right. But I do have to do my weekly React show, DSP versus the Internet. This is my weekly clip show. Obviously, it's completely different than what I did yesterday. This show is going to be me, reacting to the clips that the members submitted over the course of the week on DSP Reacts. So we're going to do this fun podcast right now together. And then after that, we all head over to DSP Reacts for my weekly Clips React show. Okay, I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see what you guys nominated again. Every week is different. We got Ultra members whose videos are guaranteed to be watched. We got Standard members who are put into a playlist that's random select. And every week we get completely randomized different stuff. So I'm excited to see what you guys came up with this week. Okay? Cool. Then, tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, it is Community Night in Street Fighter 6, where I'm going to be sitting down and playing against the viewers as they line up to fight me in Street Fighter 6. It should be a good time. As you know, whenever we do a community night, number one, it flies by. Like, I'm not even kidding. Community night, I sit down to play, and then it's like, it's over. I'm like, huh? Did I even play? Half the time, I don't even remember. I'm serious. Like, it flies by in the blink of an eye. It's so crazy when you're just playing and you're, picking a variety of characters and playing against a variety of people, and it's just like, holy shit, where did the time go? So it's going to be exciting. Yes, I'll pick a variety of characters tonight, as I usually do. I hope to see it then, 6:45 p.m. And, everyone has an equal chance. If you want to play, I hope you'll come by and try to play me tonight. All right? Now, tomorrow is back to normal streaming. 3 straight days of full gameplay here on DSPGaming. Okay? Oh, really? I'm being told by GT, I just want to make you aware, ranks of Street Fighter 6 will likely reset on Monday night. The new season, Phase 1, is starting. I wanted you to know so you can get to Master beforehand. Is that true? If that's true, I mean, that's fine. I did my best to try to get to Master. As you know, I didn't really focus on one character in the last 2 months. I tried my best to hit Master with Blanca. At this point, I don't think it's going to happen. soon. Like, I was thinking maybe if I played Blanca 1 or 2 more major streams, maybe then. So, maybe it was meant to be. Maybe now when they reset or something. I don't know. Cosmic Scare says, didn't they say the ranks are not resetting? Does anyone even know? I don't know. Anyway, I'm about to tell you my schedule, what I was planning on doing, all right? So here's the deal. On Monday, major gameplay streams. First stream, Street Fighter 6 ranked. But who will I use? Honestly, I was thinking, don't play with Blanca on Monday, and here's why. I just did two big streams of Blanca ranked. I like Blanca. I want to get him to master. But I do feel like playing with someone else for a stream would be beneficial at this point. I don't want to get burnt out using Blanca. I don't want to get too frustrated. And I feel like stepping away from Blanca for a few days and then coming back on Wednesday with Blanca to try to actually focus and get him to master is the better option. I'm actually craving playing with some other characters, particularly like I want to play with Zangief again. Now I haven't used him in almost 2 weeks. And I'm craving kind of using him in a major session and trying to get him to Diamond. We're close. I think, aren't I Platinum 5-star? I want to get my Zangief to Diamond level at this point. So I think what I will actually do is tonight watch some tech videos of Zangief, of which there's 5 zillion. I don't know why. I think it's because Zangief is a unique character and he's considered low tier in Street Fighter 6. So there's actually like an abundance of Zangief videos on the internet of high-level gameplay. So I'm going to watch some of those tonight, try to level up my game, and tomorrow apply that to ranked gameplay and see if I can maybe get my Zangief to Diamond tomorrow, okay? So we'll see how that goes, and that's what I'm doing tomorrow on the main stream, all right? Then on the late stream tomorrow night, it is Grand Theft Auto 5, the anniversary run, and I hope that you will join me for that. Tuesday, daytime stream will be Final Fantasy 16 Endgame. We are nearing the end of the game. People are saying probably 2 more streams, and I'm done with it finally. Thank God. So that'll be the daytime stream on Tuesday, and then Tuesday night, more Grand Theft Auto 5 anniversary run. And then on Wednesday, another ranked stream of Street Fighter 6, and I'm thinking that stream will be me playing with Blanca, trying to get my Blanca to master, unless they reset rankings, in which case it sounds like I'm starting from scratch, which I guess is fine. And then the late stream will be more GTA 5, so that is correct. You heard it right. 3 straight nights of GTA 5 anniversary run this week. Now, I do have a favor to ask. If you're someone who is enjoying the GTA 5 anniversary run, if you're someone who's been watching it a lot and really having a good time with it, please support the streams. This is now 3 streams I've played of the game. I'm 6 hours in, and they're basically very slow support streams. Now, the good news is the daytime streams have been carrying those days, and it hasn't been that big of a deal. But if I'm going to be playing this game consistently 3 days in a row, obviously I don't want every night stream to be dead. So if you could support those streams in any way, please do. Yes, engagement is key. But yeah, other things such as super chats, memberships, tips are important for someone like me who all I do is make a living streaming. So if you could do that for me, I would really appreciate that. At least having at least 1 or 2 streams this week at night that would be, decent would be good. Okay, that's the streaming week. Next week is highly dependent on how we do in Final Fantasy 16. Because once Final Fantasy 16 is done, my plan is as follows, all right? Street Fighter 6 will remain as some daytime streams. I'll balance that with GTA 5 Anniversary Run as daytime streams. The night streams will now be free. Now, some night streams, I'm still going to do Community Night in Street Fighter 6, and I think I will once a week do Street Fighter 6 World Tour Mode, which I did for a bit, and then I stopped again to do GTA 5, but I want to go back to World Tour Mode. But I'll still have a couple nights open every week, and I'm thinking there's a couple options. Like, one option could be to do some retro games. I'm down for playing like Super Mario 3 or some classic Mega Mans or something like that, because it is my anniversary month. I want to do some throwback content for the summer for my anniversary, okay? But in addition, we could go back and continue on with the Elden Ring Magic Run, which we did earlier this year. That's up to you if you guys want to see that or not. I'm down for that if that's really what you want, but it seems like not many people have really been asking for it recently. I don't know why, but maybe you're just kind of burned out on Elden Ring. I don't know. But that's kind of what I'm feeling, all right? So I want to do some retro stuff. Hey, you know what we could do? If you want to see something new that I never played, Zelda Oracle of Ages and Seasons was just released on the Switch Online. Maybe I could play those, or one of those. I don't have to play both, but I never played either. And I love classic Zelda. Maybe that's something to do, right? So I need your feedback, because next week, once we beat Final Fantasy 16, the streams will shift around, and we'll have some freedom on the late streams. So the question is, what is it that you want to see me play on the late streams as fun retro stuff? Would you like Mario? Would you like Mega Man? Would you like Zelda? Would you like me to go back to Elden Ring? Or do you have another suggestion? Please share your thoughts. I need your feedback. It's going to be key to get that kind of feedback. I know exactly what you guys want. What's going on, Cracker Jacks? He says, good to see you. Good to see you, Cracker Jacks. How you doing today? Whew. Okay. All right. So that's the gaming schedule. But now, ladies and gents, it's time to talk about August as a month of August as a whole month, or a month as a whole, and the two special events that I'm planning on doing. The first event will be a day that is split into two streams, but it will be an anniversary day. The first stream will be a formal retrospective react to the Project 7 series that I did many, many years ago. We're going to watch it together. I'm going to do commentary on it, adding all kinds of things like context and backstory, but also now adding even more insight, because last year I watched the John Rambo and Howard video about me where they talked about their experiences with Project 7 the whole time, and it was revealed how they felt the whole time, which I didn't even know because they never told me. All right? So this would be a very special event, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to do that around the middle of the month, okay? So if you actually look at August as a whole, all right, it looks like, you know, first weekend of August is coming right up, second weekend of August, so maybe the second weekend of August, all right, so let's say Saturday, August 12th, okay? Saturday, August 12th will be the Project 7 / Game of the Year Tier Maker event. All right? We can think of a better name for it, let me know. The first stream will be the Project 7 retrospective. The second stream that day will be a special Tier Maker stream where I'm going to rank all of the games that I previously ranked as my Game of the Year games and see which games, again, stood the test of time and others didn't and kind of fizzled out and no one cares about them anymore. All right? So that's going to be a fun day. You know, Project 7 on the day stream and then a special Tier Maker on the late stream. That's cool anniversary content, right? Now, the big event, the big month marathon event that I do one marathon a month is actually going to be at the very end of August, Saturday, August 26th. All right? It's going to be DSP's 15-year anniversary retrospective. All right? So I'm officially naming it. That's it. Unless you can think of a better name. I think that's a really cool name. So mark your calendars. Saturday, August 26th. That's when this is taking place. What will we be doing during that event? We will be watching back your nominations, all right, for my biggest moments in my 15-year career, all right? You know, anything's fair game. Keep in mind that I am going to be looking at your nominations and screening them. Basically, here's the deal. I cannot watch a video that would be considered, how can I say, adult content risque stuff that would be flagged on YouTube today. I know a lot of my old content had stuff like that in it. I can't broadcast that kind of stuff today. I don't want to get in trouble or anything like that. As you guys know, I've changed in the last 6+ years. I'm a lot different now. I used to do a lot of kind of commentary that today I would never do. So I can't be going back and watching that stuff and doing that and getting in trouble. But I have 15 years of content, man. All these playthroughs, reviews, travel vlogs, all kinds of stuff. And I'm curious, what kind of stuff do you guys want to see me reminisce about during this retrospective marathon? Now, here's how it's going to take place. I'm going to make 2 threads for this. All right? One is going to be for channel members and one will be for standard members. Or, excuse me. One will be for channel members and one will be for standard viewers. What I meant to say, excuse me. It's going to be very similar to how we do my weekly clips react show over on DSP Reacts. The members will get priority. So if you're a member and you post up your nominations for your favorite moments in my 15-year history, I'm going to watch the stuff from that playlist first. What I'll do is I'll go through it, I'll pick the best ones, I'll add them to a playlist, and we're going to do that first during the marathon. If and when we get through that entire playlist, then we will go over to the open nominations from standard viewers. Do you see? So, pretty exciting, I feel. And being that we're here right now on the podcast and I have the ability to do so, I'm going to set it up right now. Let's do it. Let's do the postings right now so that people can immediately start to post up their nominations for this special retrospective event. All right, so let's do it. This is going to be a members only post, all channel members. Attention, all channel members. This post is where you will nominate your, I can't type today, your favorite moments from my 15-year history as a content creator on YouTube. I will be holding a special Marathon React event on Saturday, August. I keep hitting, oh my God, I keep hitting the wrong keys. August 26th. And I will be reacting to your clips all day long as you have posted them below. Please respond to this post with a video link and timestamps for your favorite moments of my YouTube career. Everything is fair game, including gameplay clips, reviews, vlogs, and more. However, there are some basic criteria that must be covered. 1, no strong adult content that would be considered offensive or rated 18 plus today. The videos would likely already be flagged to begin with, and a lot of my old my old style commentary actually reflects this, with sexual, racial, gender references, etc., etc. No content that has licensed music. My older content from Darkside Phil, my original channel, was never monetized, and therefore it had lots of this kind of music in it. However, these videos would likely be claimed or blocked, and therefore cannot be a part of this modern event. What else? Like, is there anything else that I should outright not allow? I'm trying to think. None of the strong adult content and nothing with licensed music in it. Obviously, that stuff would all get blocked, right? But what else? Is there anything else you guys could think of that I should limit? What do you guys think? I want your feedback. And by the way, I am going to limit it. Members can only, just like with the weekly react show, members will be able to nominate 2 each. Each member can nominate 2 things each, but that's it. Anything else you guys could think of? Here's the thing. I'm going to review everyone's nominations anyway, so I have the ability to go through, and if I find something really stupid, then I can just skip it anyway. You know, it's not necessarily, we're not just going to watch, I'm going to have to make a playlist of it anyway, so it's fine. You know, I could go through that. Well, no one's really else is coming up with anything else. Derek said the last retrospective was February 2021, so you're talking over 2.5 years ago. Cool. I know what I could say. Okay. 3. Each channel member can nominate 2 clips or moments. Please do not post up more than 2 for fairness sake. I will be sure to review all submissions for appropriateness, but the channel members will get priority, and we will be watching all of your submissions first during the event. It's never been a better time to be a channel member. Thank you so much for 15 awesome years, and let's see what you come up with Good luck. Okay. I'm going to copy that because I'm going to use a lot of that for the standard post as well. But this is the post just for channel members. So if you're a channel member on DSP Gaming, it's official. As of right now, on the community tab, there's a post just for members where you can nominate your favorite moments of my 15-year history. All right? Please do so. The more nominations we get, the better this event will be on Saturday, August 26th. All right? Now, I'm also going to do a post for normal viewers who aren't members to nominate, but that's going to only come into play after we've watched the member submissions. You understand? So members get priority. Once we're done with members that day, then we'll go to the standard nominations. All right? So let me do that. Please note that channel members already have their own thread to do exactly the same thing, and they will receive priority. After we finish watching member submissions, we will swap over to your nominations from this thread. If you want an increased chance to get your clip watched, be sure to become a member today. Okay, here we go. All right, so the standard post is now going live. This is for non-members, and these will be secondary priority. I'm still going to review them. We're still going to have a playlist, but we're going to go through member submissions first, then what's going to be non-members, okay? So, if you're a member of the channel, good for you. Over 500 of you, get to it, and anyone who becomes a member this month will have this priority. That's the cool thing. It's not just people who are members right now. Anyone who becomes a member of DSP Gaming over the course of, August will have this priority. So please consider becoming a member today if you're not. Maybe consider getting some memberships to the channel. That would be a great thing, right? Awesome. And please post up. The more, absolutely, the more posts we get, the more nominations we get, the better this event will be. I can't wait to see what people come up with. I'm sure people are going to be pulling stuff out of the woodwork. Old school clips and stuff from the past. Also, probably newer stuff that people think is great, right? So please consider becoming a member today. If not, hey, standard viewers as well can also nominate for this event, which I hope you will. I think it's going to be a great event coming up to celebrate my 15 years as a content creator. Should be pretty sweet, right? Derek says his membership expires August 2nd. He's going to nominate before then, and you can do that. If you're a member today, nominate today. If you're not guaranteed you're going to have a membership later this month, be sure to nominate your clips today. All right? Will I ever bring back Dick Lightning? I mean, technically, I joked about it in various FromSoft playthroughs, but I don't think that ever since Dark Souls 2 there's ever been an opportunity where it fully was like that. You know what I'm saying? Where the lightning was that powerful or whatever. Okay, so guys, here's the deal. All right, Derek says how many for standard members? 2 also. Oh, that's a good point, and I don't think I put that in the post. Can I edit the post to say how many? It's a fair point that Derek just made here. Yes, I can. Here we go. Each viewer each individual viewer can nominate 2 clips or moments. So same thing. If you're a member, you can nominate 2 moments. If you're a standard viewer, you can also nominate 2 moments. So technically, if you're a member, you can actually nominate 4 moments. There you go. Okay. Thank you, Derek. That was actually very insightful that you said that. I fixed it. Cool. All right, so guys, here's the deal. That's all I really got to talk about today. I wanted to talk about the anniversary stuff. We now have it locked. So the first anniversary event will be August 12th. That'll be the Project 7 React and also the special Game of the Year Tier Maker Countdown. All right? And then on the 26th, that will be the special retrospective day, the 15-year anniversary retrospective, where I'm going to be watching all the clips you guys submit. All right? So obviously I'm very excited for that. I hope you guys are too. And of course, we'll be doing fun anniversary stuff all month long. All right? Cool. What's going on, Juan? How are you today? Frank White, I have no idea what you're talking about, so please shut up. Thank you. Okay. Now, let us do shout-outs, because I think we have some shout-outs to do today. We start off today with Kayvon, who did our first super chat of the day. Thank you to Kayvon. Let's get you up on the leaderboard here. Thank you, thank you. Tips side of things, we got a lot of stuff to shout out today. Let me take a quick look. So our first tip of the day here is a $30 tip, and it is from Game Trekker. Thank you, Game Trekker, for a $30 tip. Let's get that up on the leaderboard here and see what he has to say. And by the way, yes, as of Tuesday, when we hit August 1st, I will revert my animations back. We will no longer have the game-related animations, but I will keep the Street Fighter one, only because the Street Fighter one's going to be pertinent for a while as I continue to play Street Fighter 6, but the other ones, you know, Final Fantasy and Diablo and Zelda aren't going to be pertinent anymore, so we'll get rid of those as of Tuesday. We'll go back to the more generic ones. Okay, cool. Okay, so Game Trekker says, it's crunch time at work, getting those gray hairs and greenbacks. I gotta say, I do feel sorry for people who have to do shit like this for a job they hate. My morale is buoyed by how much work that my work means to me. Of course, my work is still work. I love to say what my job is, but that would be a bad idea for a dozen reasons. I completely agree with you, Game Trekker. Anyway, unfortunately, this means I'll have less to say in my tip messages for the time being. I know I've never needed to write you a little novella with each contribution, but it's been a part of my enjoyment. My other tip today is for your late stream. It has no message except it says it's from me. Of course, I'll be chilling with your on-demand content when I'm not busy. It's helped me get through some massively stressful times in my life, so here's to 15 years. Thank you so much, Game Trekker. Your support in the last 2 months has been outstanding. So he has a second tip. That'll count for tonight's Street Fighter stream. I will reserve that one for later. But thank you for the initial $30 tip. That is very generous of you, and I really appreciate that. So now we continue on. And our next tip here is from Pug. And Pug has done a $25 tip. Thank you so much to Pug. I really appreciate that. Let's get that added. That means we're already at $55 in tips, and we haven't even started the show yet. That is awesome. Thank you so very much, Pug. That means it is Gunnar Glasses time here on the show. You know what? For variety reasons, I'm going to put on the old Gunnar Glasses. How about that? I haven't worn these in quite a while. I think I'll toss on the old ones, even though they're kind of gross. Like, these bands are all sticky because they're supposed to be that, like, rubberized material. And that was really bad thinking because the rubberized material actually degrades over time and becomes sticky and gross. So the bands of these old Gunnar Glasses are very sticky and nasty. But there's not much I can do about that. Like, that's just how they made them. But I feel like for variety purposes, I'll toss on the old ones. There you go. So thank you very much to Pug for a very generous $25 tip. All right. All right. I also received a $2.25 tip from, let's see here. Basically from Machinima, they're talking about side scrollers and they're talking about Review Tech USA. I couldn't care less. I don't care about either of them. I don't even want to mention them on my show, so I'm not going to waste my time with that. Thank you for the tip, but no, I'm not going there because I don't give a shit. Okay. Shout out to Adam Theory, who just did a super chat. Thank you so much, Adam, for the super chat. Let me get you up on the leaderboard here. Thank you, Adam. All right. So far, great show. And now we're basically heading into the chill portion because there was no game news or anything to talk about today. So instead, I'm going to open up the chat. You guys can talk to me about whatever you would like to do, like to talk about. And let's do some open Q&A. Throw some questions my way and let's talk. Mr. Whisker says, where's Pug on the leaderboard? He wouldn't be on the leaderboard here because he's not the top tipper. Game Trekker tipped 30, so he'd be on the leaderboard as the top tipper today. Derek says, when you used to do retrospective marathons, you used your King of Hate forums for nominations. Did you like using it? Are you still using it? I still have it. It's a backup, essentially, if I ever need it. But I found that using the community posts now on YouTube is way more productive. First of all, it's all in the same place, right? All of my stuff being on the channel page. That's where I want everyone to go. Subscribe to the channel, get all your data from the channel, post up stuff on the channel. It just makes sense, right? Every once in a while, I do still use the forums. Usually when I do my Ask the King show, I still use the forums. But for the most part, those forums are obsolete, and likely I'm going to phase them out eventually. I don't know exactly when, but yeah, they really don't get much use. And by the way, now they're at DSPGaming.com. It hasn't been that old website for almost 2 years. So, yes, I'm playing Tekken 8 when it comes out. Casanova, thank you for already nominating a video. I appreciate that. Keep in mind something, everyone. I should have said this up front. When you do any kind of community post on my channel, I need to approve the post for it to show up. So if you post, oh, I nominated a video, but it's not there, it will be. I need to take the opportunity to review the posts and approve them. And I approve all the posts for that kind of stuff. It's just that I need to get to it. And I usually do it a few times a day. So at one point, you'll probably go back and notice, oh, my post is live. Okay? So just, be careful. Don't freak out if you post, oh, my post isn't there. That's why. Okay? Have I been eating eggs lately? No. I actually don't remember the last time I ate any eggs. Did I try Rainbow Six Siege? I played it when it was a brand new game. It was available on Xbox One. I played it and it was god-awful. It was broken at launch and I hated it, so I never played it again. Of course, over the years, they fixed the game. They dramatically improved it. But as of, I played it at launch and it was garbage. What's my favorite item from Jack in the Box? How often do I eat there? Almost never. My favorite item back in the day, when I first moved here 9 years ago, was their breakfast sandwich. They actually had a really good breakfast sandwich that was on sourdough bread, and it had, like, egg and bacon and cheese and ham and, like, a million breakfast things. It was, like, the ultimate loaded breakfast sandwich. But they discontinued it. They don't even have it anymore. Yeah, they got rid of it. So there you go. Thank you, Derek. He says, happy upcoming 15-year anniversary. I appreciate that. Pickleman says, hope all is well. I enjoyed your event yesterday. Do you have questions for me today? Hope you still have fire truck the next time you play GTA. Sure. What's your obsession with fire trucks in GTA? Because when I played it last week, you were trying to get me to steal a fire truck the whole stream. Like, why do you like that so much? I'm just curious. Thoughts on aliens being real? I'm open-minded to it, but I don't really care that much. It's not a big deal to me. Doesn't really, it's not in my realm of concerns in life, really. Am I familiar with the animated world by chance? I guess not, because I don't know what that is. Do I like chocolate-covered pretzels? I love chocolate-covered pretzels, especially dark chocolate-covered pretzels. Dude, that is, like, amazingly heavenly. So good. Yes, I've ridden on a dolphin several times in my life. Tabaki says, you look good in these button-up shirts. When are you going back to get more? I don't need more right now. I have, like, 5 or something like that. I don't even know. I have 5 or 6. Because when I went, I bought a bunch all on discount. They were like $10. So I got like 5 or 6. I have a bunch, and I just rotate around. As you know, this is only the second time I've ever worn this shirt. I think the last time I wore this was like 2 weeks ago, right? So I have no reason to go buy more right now. I'll keep them in the rotation for a bit. Maybe after a while, I'll get some more. I like them. They're comfy. They're very comfy. They're very aerated. I like the feel of them, too, It's not just the look. I like the feel of them. It's actually a lot different than a t-shirt. So, let's see here. Hold on. Hold on, there's a troll I gotta get rid of before he annoys everybody. I'll get rid of him. There we go. Your rank will not be reset in Street Fighter 6, I'm being told. That was baloney. That's not true. Okay. Let's see here. So, favorite Street Fighter character to play, least favorite to play against? Favorite characters are always the oddballs. Like, for example, Blanca or Zangief. Like, they're weird characters that stand alone and play very differently than the rest of the cast. I like them. Like, in Street Fighter 6, probably Lily's one of the weirder ones, right? And I like her because of that, because she's so unique. Sucks that they're all bottom-tier characters, except, I guess Blanca's not, but it sucks that the unique characters a lot of the times are bottom-tier. My least favorite to play against, likely, at this point, overall in the entire series, would be Akuma. And here's why. Because Akuma, originally, was a secret character in Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo and was meant to be a broken boss character. But then what they proceeded to do, due to his popularity, is they put him into every game after. He's in every Street Fighter Alpha. He's in all the Versus series. He's in Street Fighter 3. He's in Street Fighter 4. He's in Street Fighter 5. He's in Street Fighter 6. They put him in every one, and everyone just overplays Akuma. I always felt like Akuma was the most oversaturated, overexposed character. I mean, fuck, they put him in Tekken 7, and he's like the best character in the game, and he's not even a Tekken character, right? So, For me, it's not even that Akuma's like overpowered in most games he's in. I'm just tired of the character. And there's so many people, oh my god, you had to have Akuma in your Street Fighter game. Why? Why? I'm tired of this guy. I don't want him anymore. I'm tired of this false hype around the character. It's really stupid. Pickleman says, I really just like fire trucks. It's a cool mechanic. You can use the hose to spray down enemies, and it's realistic how calling 911 in the game will summon a fire truck. So there you go. No, they never captured the guy who stole my tire. They never bothered investigating it. We filed a police report. We waited. We were told we would get a follow-up phone call from the police department if they decided to investigate, and we never received a phone call. So they decided not to investigate it. They didn't give a shit. So I'm out, hundreds and hundreds of dollars for that tire, and I get nothing out of it, and no one gets arrested. That's pretty much par for the course out here in Washington State. I'm not kidding. That's pretty much exactly how everything goes. Unless there's a violent crime with an attack and someone's hurt, no one investigates anything. Let's see here. No, I don't go to the Etsy store. Why would I go to the Etsy store? What are you talking about? No, I've never swam in a pond before. Nope. Next Sunday is 485 years of Bogota. What does that mean, Juan? I don't know what you mean. Would I move to Idaho? I don't know why I would move to Idaho. I don't see a reason not to, but I don't see a reason to do that either. I like where I am. I like my home. So I probably would not move to Idaho if I could help it. What car do I drive? The one that's in my garage. Do I believe in the Wendigo and other Native American legends? No. But I also don't disbelieve in them either. I don't really know much about them. Lavinia says, Etsy has lots of cool stuff. There's tons of gamer-related stuff you could put into your background. Maybe one day I'll look into it. Right now, I have more than enough for my backgrounds. Oh, I should bring this up. So this coming week, for August, since August is my anniversary celebration month, I will have things related to my history and my anniversary in my background. Okay? So there will be some pertinent stuff back there, some blasts from the past you will see, and you'll be like, oh shit, it's going to be pretty cool. I have to figure out exactly what and where I'm going to put it, or how I'm going to lay it out, but there's going to be some cool stuff back there next month. Okay? Expand Donk says, for the retro stuff, or anniversary stuff, I should play those new Zelda games. They're not really new, but the Oracle games. I didn't play any Game Boy games since they were added to Switch. You want retro Zelda? They're retro Zeldas you never played. Well, I'll consider it. I would be down for that. Since they're retro Zeldas, I would probably really enjoy them. So you guys let me know if that's what you want. Again, once we beat Final Fantasy 16, we'll have open streams to do whatever we want on the late streams. JDTV says, can nominated videos for my anniversary be from third-party channels as long as they're not detractors? Basically, first of all, I think everyone knows I'm not watching any detractor content. That's idiotic. I would never do that. If you submit that, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your nomination. Okay? If it was a third-party channel that did like a montage or did a highlight or something like that, like I know back in the day, there was the best moments of Phil's so-and-so playthrough or Phil's funniest moments and stuff like that. Yeah, those obviously if they're considered to be like positive, yeah. But I don't want to be watching people just sitting there shitting on me for my anniversary. There's more than enough content of that on the internet already. So, did I ever play Grounded? Yes, I did. I played the early beta of it, and then when it came full release, I played it for another like 45 minutes. But I never got around to actually playing it as a playthrough or anything like that. I asked my audience about it, and no one ever really seemed too interested. Yes, I do feel that the Ramdo Shuffle playlist for DSP versus the Internet is the way to go. We're watching a bigger variety of content. It's not the same people who get their videos watched every single week now. And I really do think it's what I should have done from the start. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But, hey, you know what they say? You know, you learn over time. Hindsight's 20/20. It is what it is. Now things are better, so ride with the better stuff, right? There you go. Champion 8 says, I hope you'll play both of the Zeldas. They're distinct from each other and can be linked together to unlock more content. Oh, I know nothing. I know nothing about that. I didn't ever played them before. No, I have no desire to buy a cyber truck. Looks like shit. It looks absolutely terrible. That truck looks like a fucking toy from the 1980s. That truck looks like not even G.I. Joe, but a knockoff company copying G.I. Joe from like the 1980s. It looks like something you would flip and, you know, in your backyard, it would immediately like smash into a million pieces. It's just junk. I don't want a fucking cyber truck. That thing looks like shit. Can you submit videos from the Hate Live series? Well, that's a podcast. If it's from one of my podcasts, yes, absolutely. You could submit clips from my podcast. Sure. That's my old podcast. That was before I did a daily podcast. That was when that was before I was an interactive streamer, right? So it's back then when I did that podcast, okay, it was basically my opportunity to interact with you guys and talk, which I didn't do a lot. It was mostly all my content on the internet was just gameplay, just raw gameplay, and all my commentary was about the game. So I never really had the time to talk to you guys. Now, every day I do a podcast, we interact during gameplay, we do it all the time. So it's very different today. Back then, that was the only time I actually did that stuff. Derek, yes, absolutely. You should give timestamps. Timestamps would be absolutely key for this event. No, I've never ridden a horse, and I've never ridden a mule. No. Did I like using Skype to answering questions? Skype was always all right. Skype was okay back in the day. It always had some technical issue. It always didn't want to work right. But for the most part, Skype was fine. And, did I like answering questions? Sure, but now I answer questions all day long. It's very different today than back in the day. Fake King Cobra, you need to understand that you're not the real King Cobra. You don't actually sell merch on Etsy. You're impersonating this guy. It's very disturbing that you act like you're the real one when everyone knows you're not. I've gone to your YouTube channel. It has 0 videos. You're not the real King Cobra. You got here. In fact, your name is Fake King Cobra. There, you're the latest super chatter. Fake King Cobra. Jesus, your obsession is real, man. You really gotta reevaluate your place in life if all you're thinking about is this King Cobra guy, right? Yikes. He says, this is my backup account. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. This is my backup account. You're right. Have I ever considered playing the Sam and Max Telltale series one day? Well, I don't know much about Sam and Max. They were a comic book back in the day. I know that. But that's all I really know. And I know that this was they had a Telltale video game of it, but it's what, there's a lot of Telltale games, the original ones I didn't play. Like, I never played the Jurassic Park one. I never played the Sam and Max one. So I don't know. I don't know if I would do that or not. I don't think there's ever been any demand for it. So, what's going on, No Sleep Real Vibes? How you doing? I don't have favorite billionaires. What a silly question. I don't care about fucking billionaires. No, I'm not going to get high for any of my retrospective events. If I never got high in the previous time that I made content for 15 years, why would I start now? Exactly. Unless I contract glaucoma somehow. But no, I'm not going to be getting high. Oh, Pickle Man, I know nothing about HasLab. I never even heard of that term before, so I don't even know what you mean. X-Shooter just did a super chat. He said, I just got a PS5. I've been playing Batman Arkham Knight. I can't wait for Spider-Man 2. Congrats, X-Shooter. It seems like everyone pretty much now can get a PS5 if they want. It only took 3 years, right? So it's good to hear that you can get one if you want. And congrats, and I hope that some of these new games coming out in the fall will be great for you on the modern console. Excellent. I, too, am excited for Spider-Man 2. Eddie Chill is ready to chill. Do I like canned cheese? I don't even know what that means. What is canned cheese? Have you ever had a canned cheese before? What on earth? What is my favorite film? Microfilm. That's my favorite kind of film. No, I'm not going to play Ico on PS5. I have no desire to do that. What kind of download speeds do I get? I have no idea. I literally have no clue. I don't know what my download speed limitations are. I don't really care. Not a big deal to me. It's good enough for me. Does the deal. Does the job. Right? When will we get a new Borderlands game? When they make one. No Sleep Real Vibe says, I enjoy watching your community night on Street Fighter 6. I'm clearly not at your level, but I'm going to train and learn Rashid in World Tour and Fighting Grounds. Awesome. Did I ever try dipping cornbread in milk? No, I have not. I never dipped cornbread in milk before. No. Did I have a good dinner after the marathon? Well, no, we didn't have a dinner. What we did is we were actually quite hungry because if you remember, the meal we ordered was Panera bread and it was not filling. So we had one of those oven pizzas and we baked the pizza in the oven and had a pizza after the marathon ended. That was kind of our food for the night, and that was good. So we did get some good food after. Sad that the frozen pizza that we made was better than the Panera bread though. Someone tipped $1.30. Someone tipped $1.30. He says Justin Wong seems to have hit master with every character in Street Fighter 6. What's keeping me from doing it? Well, let's see. Number one, I'm a variety content creator. I'm not just playing Street Fighter 6 nonstop, right? Number two, I basically am not as good as Justin Wong. I've never professed to be as good at Street Fighter as Justin Wong. Just for example, watching him play Rashid that release night, literally he carried his fundamentals in Street Fighter 6 carried him that night to master. He didn't even know advanced combos with Rashid. He was just doing very basic gameplay, and that carried him to master. It's not that he knows the ins and outs of every character. He just knows how to play Street Fighter 6 at a high level. I mean, arguably, take a look at the amount of matches he's played versus mine. I would guarantee you he's played double the amount of matches, if not more than me. And he's better than me at the game. You know, he played every wave of the beta. He probably played the game, let's be honest, early as well, because remember, the beta was cracked. He probably played that. You know, this is who he is. He is one of the central characters of the Street Fighter community. He always has been. He's one of the people look to for advice and training and stuff. That's why do you think I watched his stream for Rashid the night that he came out? Because I was learning tech just watching him play. You know, he's always been that way. He's a prodigy. Dude, he's the kind of guy, like, he could pick up a new fighting game and learn it in like 4 hours and know the ins and outs of it. Like, he just absorbs knowledge. You know what I mean? You ever seen someone who's like, just, they could pick something up and learn it in a minute? That's how he is. He's a genius in that regard. Like, he's always been that way. Since he was a teenager and he was learning Marvel vs. Capcom 2, he was the same. So, you know, that's why. You know, I'm not, first of all, I'm nowhere near as good at fighting games as Justin Wong. Not even close, all right? I mean, let's be honest here. That'd be stupid. There was one game I could ever hang with him in, and that was Super Turbo. That's it. Every other fighting game, he's always been way better than me at. He's played probably 10 times more fighting games than I have in my life, because that's basically his thing. It's what he's known for. It's what his job is, right? So, of course, he's much better than me, and he's master. That's his job. It's literally his job to be master in every fighting game. That's really what I should have just answered. So, there you go. Okay. Let's see here. I received a super chat from Guitar Player. It says, when I get home tonight, I'll be sure to post up videos on your community post. Thank you, Guitar Player. Let's get that going. Let's get the longtime fans posting up their favorite moments. Let's do it. Let's get everyone engaged and excited for the anniversary event. And keep in mind, that'll be live all month. So if you have any more ideas over the month, oh, I remember that moment now. Let's get that moment into the marathon or whatever. You know, you could do that. Thank you, Guitar Player, for the super chat. Will there be a Battle Royale sim during my anniversary event? Maybe. You know, we'll think about it. If you guys want it. But I'll be honest, I'm not buying the new WWE. I kind of decided there's no point. Why should I buy the new WWE game? Unless it goes on like extreme discount. Like if I can buy the WWE game that came out, what was it, March or April? If I can buy it for like $20, then I'll buy it. But what content am I going to put out besides sim matches in that game? Nothing. So unless I can find the new one on the cheap, I'm just going to keep using the old one for sims. I'm not even going to buy the new one. Jade says, can you play Disneyland Adventures? I don't really know anything about it, Jade. I don't really know what that is, Disneyland Adventures. I think we talked about it at one point in the past, but I don't recall what it is. That is absolutely correct, Derek. He says, in Justin Wong's Wikipedia, it says he was only 15 years old when he traveled to B5 in 2001 and won Marvel vs. Capcom 2. B5 is Battle of the Bay, and I was there in person. That's when they ripped him off. That's when they ripped him off and did not pay him what they owed him. He was supposed to make a bunch of money, and they paid him like half. And then after the fact, added a byline to the rule saying, oh, we kept a lot of the money to run the tournament, and they never told anyone they were doing that. Just the first of many instances of those guys running tournaments that I didn't agree with. There you go. No, I mean, it's true. No Sleep Real Vibe says you went into detail about how you could have been master rank weeks ago, but you said you're a diversity character variety streamer. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, if I only played with Blanca, all right, since the game came out, Street Fighter 6, I would have been master in June. I'm serious, because back then people weren't even as good. They didn't even know how to fight against Blanca as well. I would have been playing at a high level. I would have been master a month ago. But look what I've done in the last month. I played with how many characters? Seriously. Just take a look at this, because I still have it here, I think. I played with Blanca, JP, E Honda, Lily, DJ, Dalcine, Marisa, Mano. Who the fuck is that? Zangief, Chun-Li, Ryu, Luke, and Rashid. I played with all of those characters, right? Big variety. And I never really focused in on one, right? I kind of jumped between all of them. I've been juggling. In the time that I played Street Fighter 6, I played Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 16. I also played Amnesia the Bunker, right? I did a weekly react show. I've done other marathon special events. I'm not just a fighting game head. You know what I'm saying? There are people out there, their forte is just playing fighting games. Good for them. More power to them. I'm just not like that. I've always been, since I've been a YouTuber, right? I had that opportunity. When I started in 2008, 2009, Street Fighter 4 came out. And I started putting out Street Fighter 4 videos, and they got big views. Big views. Back then, I'm serious, like thousands and thousands of views each video, and each video was 3 minutes long because it was a single match. So in one day, I would upload 60 matches, and I would get 500,000 views in one day. I'm serious. The amount of views that I make in 1 month now, I made in one day back then. Yes, that's how insane things were back then, okay? But I thought about it back then, and I said, do I really want to be known as a Street Fighter guy on YouTube? Because these things go like this. Sometimes Street Fighter is very popular, sometimes it's not. Sometimes fighting games in general are very popular, sometimes they're not. You see this. And I thought about it in my head, and I was like, you know, I've seen some good success playing a variety of games. A lot of people know me for not Street Fighter stuff as well. And I really feel that if I only do Street Fighter, and if I focus so much on being a competitive Street Fighter player again, that sadly, I'm going to go back to that old lifestyle grind where I have to travel a lot, I have to play against a ridiculous amount of people, spend a lot of money. I don't really want to do that. Number one, my back was fucked up back then. Number two, I'd been there, done that, lived that grueling, stressful lifestyle. I didn't want to do it. Instead, I really enjoyed playing a variety of games casually with all of you. That was really what I was enjoying at the time, and I made the conscious decision. I will play fighting games, but I am not going to focus on them competitively. I will play them casually. I'll play their story modes. I'll learn characters. I'll do Madness series and whatever, but I'm not going to go crazy trying to be competitive. I just want to enjoy the games and put out entertaining content for my audience, a variety of content. So I made that conscious decision. While the FGC went in one big direction to hyper-focus on fighting games, I went this way. And that's why I really don't consider myself part of the FGC. I don't think I am. I'm not. I'm a fringe guy way over here on the edges that still has some input from time to time on the FGC, but I'm really not a part of it, okay? I have no desire to be a part of it. So that's the difference, you know? Why is Justin Wong master with every character? Because he literally never stepped away from the FGC. He's always been an integral part of it. He's a master at every freaking fighting game he touches, right? He wins tournaments in every game. He travels to play in tournaments. He gets invited to special events. He's Mr. FGC, really. Of course he's a master in every character. Why would I even compare myself to him? I'm not even 1/10 as good at fighting games as Justin Wong is. I'm not stupid. Why would I say I am? Like I said, there's one game ever I hung with him in, and that was Super Turbo. The only other game that I'd probably beat him in is Marvel vs. Capcom 1, the first one. That's it. There's probably 2 games I could beat him in. Oh, let's see here. I got another dollar tip from the same guy basically saying, why didn't you hit master with all the characters you like? Why did you force yourself to play games you don't like? Because I didn't, and you're an idiot. Thanks for the tip. It's that simple. You're just a dummy. I don't know what else to say. I literally explain everything, then you ask me the same question. You're a fucking idiot. Okay. All right. Anyway, anything else, guys? Anything else? to talk about before we adjourn and we swap over to the React channel for the clip show? I mean, GT, I think you're right. He said you'd easily hit master if you just focus on Blanca for a few more hours. I think you're right. I don't want to do it tomorrow. I do want to break. I did those 2 streams of Blanca, and I'm like, I'm kind of Blanca'd out. I want to do a stream of non-Blanca. So tonight I'll do variety. Tomorrow I think I'm going to do Zangief. I kind of want to see if I can get my Zangief to Diamond. My Zangief's at 5-star Platinum. I want to see if I can get my Zangief to Diamond tomorrow. That would be cool if I did. And then after that, then I'll probably go back to Blanca like on Wednesday and see how we do. So, JDTV, thank you for nominating stuff. What's for dinner tonight? Pasta. My wife's making some kind of a pasta bake tonight, I think. E Honda for Life has tipped me $2. So I love E Honda. I hope you play him in the community night tonight. I will. Also, would you name your 15-year anniversary 15 Fantastic Years of Phil? You think I should? The 15 Fantastic Years of Phil retrospective. Yeah, we can do that if you really want to. What do you guys think? The 15 Fantastic Years of Phil. You know, I actually think I should learn Honda because I'm seeing Honda players at Diamond and Master rank who literally are still pattern players, and I'm like, I think I should learn Honda. I think I want to. I think I might start watching Honda videos and actually try to play with E-Honda now. I like his combo ability, but I need to figure out his combos. Like I said, like it's just 3 low jabs and a headbutt. I think is a basic combo with him. But I like how the punish combo he can do. What is it? The punish combo is like any heavy hit, or it's like standing roundhouse, drive rush, and then he goes like with his hands, his walking forward hands that launch. And then you can do like a combo after. It's actually like a giant damage punish combo. I want to learn. I think I'm gonna look into Honda. I think I'm feeling Honda a little bit. Like maybe the next new character I play in the game might be Honda. I say new, but I know that I've used him before. But that was at the launch of the game, so I think I might want to go back to him. We'll see. Pickleman, you're welcome. He says thanks for answering my questions today. Soul Berserker says, as a streamer, why do you not upload your streams to one big 4-hour video on demand? It's what a lot of streamers do. Well, there's a good reason, and I can answer that, all right? Because it's messy, because it makes it almost impossible to follow a full playthrough of a game. And because if I did that, it wouldn't just be the playthrough. So let me give you an example. Today's stream, I turned it on. There's a little bit of music intro. Now we've got the level 1 podcast. Then, after that, right, we're going to switch over to a different channel, all right? So, all right, today's a bad example because today's the React day. So let me backtrack on that. Let's say tomorrow, okay? That was a bad example. Tomorrow, I'm going to turn on the stream. It's going to be the level 1 podcast. But then we're going to take a brief break, and then it's going to be Street Fighter 6 gameplay, right? So, in one stream, I've got 2 shows. If I just leave a 4-hour, 5-hour broadcast, it's messy. You won't know, well, what point is what you want to watch. Now, how do I put that into a playlist? Do I put it into the level 1 podcast playlist? Do I put that into the Street Fighter playlist? What if someone just wants to watch Street Fighter content? Well, the podcast is part of the video. What if someone just wants to watch the podcast? Well, the Street Fighter's on the end. You see? That's why I split everything up. These streams are archived. They are saved on demand on my channel, but I just set them to private, and then I personally break up the streams into digestible videos. So the podcast is one video by itself. You just want to watch the podcast, you can watch it. There's even a playlist of all the podcasts running in a row, so you can watch them back to back. If you want to just watch Street Fighter, I recorded that separate, and you can watch that. This is something that I've been doing since day one. This is something that YouTubers always used to do back in the day, but basically, you want to know the truth? People got lazy. People just started becoming full-time live streamers rather than people doing playthroughs on YouTube, so they stopped using these methods. So now you want to watch someone play a playthrough. It's like, dude, for 2 months they streamed this game on and off. They don't have a formal playlist for it. So I got to search for each fucking stream in a row. I got to fast forward through a bunch of bullshit at the beginning of every stream where they talk with their audience. I don't care about that. I just want to see the gameplay. It's shit. It's a very bad method. Now, here's the deal. If you're huge and you have 1 million fucking viewers, your audience doesn't give a shit. Your audience just watches everything you do. They watch you simply because you're popular. They'll literally watch you scratch your ass or take a shit or pick your nose. So they can do whatever they want. But someone like me who's been around for 15 years, I have a very good methodology of the reason why I do that stuff. It makes sense. It allows you to get things sorted properly. Okay? So, there you go. I don't know what else to say. Like, why would you want a 4-hour messy archive rather than videos that are separated specific to the audience and the content of what it is. I don't get that. Why would you want it one thing, right? It's kind of weird. I don't know. See, someone says they use timestamps. That doesn't even work. When you're on a mobile device, like let's say you're on the app or you're on your TV, you're watching YouTube, you can't even use the timestamps. You know that, right? Timestamps only work for someone's like on a fucking desktop or whatever. You're not even, timestamps are pretty useless for anyone else watching on anything else. They always have been. You gotta understand that I'm in a totally different boat than everybody else, you know? I'm not popular. I'm not. People gotta understand this. I'm not popular on YouTube. Do you get that? I'm not. By any criteria, like you compare me to a ginormous YouTuber who, for example, here's a perfect example. Asmongold, right? Literally just a few weeks ago said, oh, well, if you played a new game hardcore when it came out, you get all these better views. No, I don't. No, Asmongold, I don't. You know? I don't. I have my kind of my same audience coming to check out my stuff no matter what. I don't get an influx of viewers for playing a new release on release day anymore. I just don't. You know? It doesn't happen. You know? It's back in the day when I was a big popular YouTuber, yes, but for someone of my stature, my size, you know, no. I have a fan base who come and check out whatever I'm playing, right? And maybe sometimes you'll get a little bit more if it's a hype game, but me playing a midnight release, I get no extra views or attention for that. Me playing a new release for 5 days straight actually is counterproductive because people complain I'm playing too much of the same game and I thought I was a variety streamer and they don't like the game. Why am I playing it so much? So that's what I mean. What's good for a ginormous YouTuber is not necessarily good for someone as small as me. I'm a small-time guy. You got to understand that. You compare me to Justin Wong, to Maximilian in the fighting game community. You're going to compare me to these giant other YouTubers with millions of subs and views. You can't. That's not an apples-to-apples comparison. It's completely different. Radical Jaws did a super chat says, can I request one of your shorts for the event? You could try. I've had issues trying to get shorts added to playlists for some reason. I try and it won't do it. So I don't know if there's a reason, there's a workaround for it or whatever. I mean, any of my shorts are usually based on actual content from a playthrough or video. So you could just nominate the original video, right? And that'll work. But I don't know if a short will work. All right, guys, we're winding down here, and quite frankly, I need to use the bathroom. So I think it's time to adjourn our podcast for today, and then get set up. Oh, really? Darzyx says shorts can be set up as a regular video, but you have to manually edit the link to make it a regular video, and then you can add it to a playlist. Oh my god! No wonder I can't figure this stuff out, man. They make it so complicated. Okay. So, ladies and gents, thank you all for watching the Level 1 podcast. I hope you had a good time. I'm very happy that now we're moving forward into the anniversary events. I've actually been looking forward to this for like 2 months. I really have. I like looking back down at the history and where we've been and all the fun times we've had together. I like playing retro playthroughs and older games while we're balancing it with other fun new stuff. So it's going to be a very exciting month coming up. While normally summers can be quite dead, I think this summer is going to be a very exciting summer, and I hope that you guys are going to join me for it, all right? But in the meantime, thank you all for a great show. I hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you all tomorrow for a full day of gaming fun. Peace out, my friends. See you then.